Hey, we are back. Oh, okay. Millie Rock
Oh,
on A Block.
be rocking in my
uh,
chair.
Tmsi, episode number 5. Back with your illustrious host, the prettiest of Pats. I know it's just the truth.
Yeah, no.
Um,
Let me get to mine, man. Enough about you. Let me get to
all
mine,
right, all
man.
right, all
All right, you already know the vibes. It's your boy Hassan, Mr. Not So Light Skin. Just ask your girl, she tell you about me. Not really, but
right.
yeah, we out here, episode 5, and let me introduce the finest of the executive producers, Mr. Stalin Levy Chiska himself. Let's go.
Hey guys, it's good to be back. Yeah.
Yo, every
Hey
single
man.
time,
Hey
whenever
man.
I
I'm very professional with it. Always.
Exactly.
Always.
this dude thinks he's on the talk show, man.
Hey,
Hey
hey,
guys.
hey. Executive producer.
You
Oh
gotta
yeah, nah.
visualize. You gotta practice
Get it
from
right,
now
damn
for
it.
the future.
Yeah.
See, he's executive producing already while he's on the pod. Damn. Your executive producer could never, fam. Never.
Exactly.
I'm dead.
Stalin is he's undefeated in this field. For anybody that don't know,
Big facts. You paid big racks to get him, right? We paid you big racks to have you in the pod.
I don't deal with
it's,
that. My agent does.
Yeah. The agent is Aiden.
it's a
My nephew. He pulls
Yeah.
up.
Hey, where my racks at?
oh retro pay, bro.
Yeah. File for unemployment, man. You're furloughed.
He comes back with Monopoly money. I'm like,
He freezes himself on the podcast.
He said,
I'm
"Oh,
like, wait, hold on. Are you still there? Oh
man.
man.
All right, look, let's get into it. What it made you say this week?
All right. They made me vote this week, man. That's what they made me say. Seen a
Mm.
lot of people out there in the streets, voicing their opinions, protesting, doing what we have to do, boycotting Starbucks and now Taco Bell. They could all kick rocks. Um,
Well, I mean,
but
Taco Bell. I ain't. That's just straight to the toilet food
yeah,
anyway.
yeah,
So
I don't even eat that junk. But to people that eat that, find another piece of junk to ingest. um,
bro, if you're gonna
Meanwater,
eat Taco Bell, like eat actual tacos. Like nothing
yeah, maybe
compares.
eat
yeah,
actual,
that's.
maybe like hit up a Mexican restaurant and support them instead of supporting
Oh
this huge
yeah,
chain. The meat from there is actually I think they have to boil it. It's in a pack. It's weird.
I heard they use oatmeal to like fill some of the
Oh
meat.
my! So
Like,
in hindsight, you're eating healthier.
ah,
uh,
that could
they
be up
gave
for debate.
they gave you some complex carbs, man. You know, and some fiber. That's
Oh
good.
yeah, that's why they need that because if
Yeah.
they keep that clump in your intestine, you're gonna be messed up.
Yeah. But no, what I was saying was that there's a lot of protesting, there's a lot of voicing of opinions, but people need to put
Mhm.
their money where their mouth is. So I found out early voting was going on in New York and in my constituent in my district number 16, it was happening. So I they tried to stop me from doing my absentee vote. I told you about that. They didn't recognize my new address as a place of living.
I'm actually still waiting on my ballot, so I'm gonna just go in person.
Yeah, I think in person is easier because
Yeah,
I think that they're trying to like play around with
exactly.
that. So yeah, I grabbed my mom. We went to vote yesterday. We both voted for it. I'm gonna say it on you. Jamal Bowman, Angel, they gotta get
Hey,
out, man. Angel, your ass, your time is done.
Mr.
All right.
Potato Head.
He looks like an egg with a mustache
He
on
looked
it.
like Mr. Potato Head
He does.
from Toy Story.
Oh my god, how
I
does
don't
this
even know how
dude
you had
stay
that
under
beard where like it's like not the beard but the mustache
the
just in
little?
your mouth.
He doesn't even. Anyway, he doesn't even. I can't. But all I'm just saying is that you guys have to put your money where your mouth is. So go out there, vote for your local elections. Those are a lot more important. Those determine the outcome of your direct neighborhood, your environment, and also it determines your constituent place in Congress. If you do have a certain majority of of a specific party,
Hmm.
your the things you want to see, you as a citizen will be more likely to be favored in Congress. So it ties in. It's like a linear graph. Oh, I don't know math, but it's that graph thing that goes up like that.
It's
Yeah,
some sort of graph.
yeah, some
It's
sort of graph. So just go out there, vote is very influential. This vote counts even much more than the the elections, the
oh
national
yeah,
elections, because this is what affects you the most. So, um, early voting ends on June 21st. And to find your early voting sites, you're just gonna do a little bit of research. I know it's annoying, but just a little bit. It'll take like 5 minutes of your time. You find it, you vote in like 5 minutes, and you're done. You've done your job as a citizen, and you've made our ancestors proud while doing it. So that's what
And
they
you
made
know
me
what,
do.
too?
What's
If
up?
they
What's
are
happening?
trying to suppress your vote and you gotta wait at the voting station longer, just wait. Just wait. What else you gotta do
What
right
are you
now?
doing? You're
Yeah.
home picking out. Let me not. You're home playing with your belly button. Like, yo, get up and do
Your belly
something.
button.
You're just home, just bored. People.
That was too quick a song. That was the first thing that came to mind.
Yeah.
I mean, yo.
Sound
I
you on some
so now
fetish type
let's
shit.
move on. And moving on. Uh, moving on. That's a tough crowd. It's all right. Sometimes the jokes don't.
He got.
Yeah, I said moving on.
Oh no, we staying right here.
Oh, no. Oh, go vote. That's it. Bye. No, you're just home watching TV, playing video games, or sitting outside having a barbecue. Move that barbecue slightly towards the
Hey,
voting
look,
pole and
just
and
fix
vote.
yourself a plate and take it to the bar.
Yeah, fix them a plate too, because it's senior citizens that are working there, and I
Mhm.
really appreciate their hard work. So fix them a little something that's chewable, that won't damage your dentures.
some whipped sweet potatoes.
Or like bring some applesauce, man. They always go hard for that applesauce.
Mm.
Yeah, they get lost in that sauce for real.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah. Next.
damn.
Styling, what they
for
made you
old.
say this week?
No, you're the crickets.
Wow. Whew.
Nah, man. This week for me has been very quiet. It's been about like taking a break. It's been about researching, learning more about Juneteenth. Today was Juneteenth, so shout out to Juneteenth.
That's a Beethoven.
Hey.
Da, 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 da.
I mean, Beethoven was just trending on Twitter. I gotta do more research on that.
Yeah, nah,
Bit true.
Well,
the newest member of the African American community.
when the racial draft come up, we can trade him for Virgil.
No, we'll trade him for Virgil.
Man,
He's the originator of all mixtapes. Beethoven was making mixtape before it was cool. Pre-colonial times, Beethoven was out there, fam. Like, don't even play. But continue, Stalin. I'm sorry.
Nah, man, just taking a break too from like social media as well, and yeah, trying to clear my mind and just learning about more stuff. But also, yeah, I think it's important to take a break, because you're seeing like a lot of information and you just gotta sometimes like just step back,
Yeah. I just deleted Instagram, so.
Yeah, I actually just did too.
Yeah,
I just posted like one thing for like promote work, and I deleted it because I'm like, yo, this makes no sense anymore.
Yeah, I just shouted out Against All, our lovely friends brand. I just gave them a shout out, and I was like, I'm off this. I can't deal.
I can't deal.
I can't deal. People are too crazy, man. Senor Patrick, what did they make you say this week, man?
They made me say the MTA must be crazy if they think
See
they're
me
getting
do
this
my
extra
stretches,
money
man.
up out of all pockets in the city.
You know what we're about to do? Everybody's gonna wake up 30 minutes earlier to stretch.
Jump man.
Like, I'll show them and get in my nine. Who even came up with that $9 number? How is one trip worth $9?
It's probably some breakdown how it will all add up over the next half of the year with
And do they really-
whatever percentage of ridership. But I'm telling you, like you said, it's gonna be a lot of shoe sponsorships because people gonna be jumping those turnstiles.
Dude, like I was saying
40-inch verticals.
Yo, everybody's about to be in TikTok shape, bro. Like, it's not even a joke. My burpee game is undefeated, bro. I'm not playing.
Quads
I'm
2020, you heard?
Dude. I'm wearing shorts to the train station and then changing on the train into pants for work.
You might as well just have the breakaways.
That's disgusting, man. Whoop. And then you put it right back on.
Yup.
I thought she was gonna have me, but no. On a more serious note, nobody's paying that. The entire Bronx is not gonna pay that.
It's gonna be
That's
a whole nother
qualified.
protest for something else.
Yeah, no, protesting with free rides because we gonna get to work while protesting too.
Mm-hmm. Someone better
And-
hold that emergency exit open.
If 100 people pull up to the train station and we all jump, who are they gonna catch?
I don't know, the
Someone's gonna
slowest
catch
one.
a quick L. Yeah, but
Yeah.
not me. Again, that burpee game is.
Someone else might not even fit through the thing.
Someone's like, open the door. Has that ever happened to you guys? Actually, you get to the train station, you swiped, you're minding your own business, about to get to work, and then somebody comes and was like, yo, open the door for me.
That's why I do one of these.
I'm going to use my right to my Fifth Amendment.
Yo, I always kind of look at them like, nah, I'm not. But then someone else comes and does it, and then they walk in looking at you like, you motherfucker. I'm like, what? You want me? I don't know you. I'm not gonna risk getting a ticket because you want. Where do I know you from, my guy? Like, and then
Hey.
you have the audacity to look at me like that.
Unity.
That's when I'm going to
Yeah.
hit them with the, ¿qué? No entiendo.
Get look it.
No, then they hit you with the they hit you back with the same shit.
This?
Nah.
Oh, speak English now, nigga.
Oh yeah, I got the door for you.
Nah, anytime. Just my number. Call me. I'll come swipe and open it for
I
you.
thought you meant the train door.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
bad.
My bad, bro. Yo, just take this. Get some breakfast. Give me a whole wallet.
Get some hash browns.
This actually could lead into a conversation on what not to do in New York. Just one tidbit before we move on. If you're a tourist who comes to New York and someone asks you for the time, please, for the love of God, do not take out your phone. Because that's it. That's the last time you're ever going to see your phone case, your Metro card, or anything else related to that.
All that can be replaced, It can be replaced.
All right. So if you're a tourist, just go out there and just put your phone in people's faces. Like, hey, you want the time? They're going to snatch that joint right quick.
You just tell them the time. Shit, it must be 5 or something.
you look at the sun. It's 3:15, man. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well,
But
look.
no,
Huh?
yeah, go on. It's just a weird phenomenon because a lot of tourists are aloof to like the actual culture of the city or what goes down,
Mm-hmm.
and they get them a lot. Like,
You know
one
what
time-
it is too? It's just like people are just so much more nicer outside from from New York City.
That's
Like,
why they target them.
yeah, I mean, like that's what they do it, man.
Give
Like,
those
you know,
guys a
they-
week in New York City, and it's a different case.
Yeah.
They'll curse everyone out. We'll go back to the place and curse the whole town they're from out. Like, just 1 week in New York will change.
Speed walking everywhere.
Where you going? Just back the backyard. Like, where you rushing to, man? You don't
I
walk
don't
and
know.
left your dog. Like your dog looking at you like, yo, what the hell?
All right. Well,
All
look.
right, let's get into today's topic, man.
So today we're going to be talking about the continuation of sports. And do y'all want to see sports return? How you feel about that?
Hell yeah.
No? Oh, damn. That's a shame.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
The EPL
Damn,
is
that-
already back. And
that was a
I'm-
quick podcast, guys. Good night.
Yeah. All right. On that
All right,
note,
Pack it up.
wrapping up. Subscribe, y'all. Subscribe, like, leave a comment. We always respond. Patrick doesn't. I do. I'm kidding.
Not kidding.
Yeah. But no, yes, we want sports back. For real. Damn, I should have worn my Chelsea jersey for this. That would have been the perfect way to intro this. 1
Right.
second. I'll go right back and like change in front of the camera. But no, we really want sports to be back. The EPL is already back, the English Premier League, and they're doing something very beautiful, and I think we should touch on it. So in the first few games, all the teams, literally all 30 teams, are having Black Lives Matter printed on the back of the shirts instead of the players' names. So even if you're watching sports for a distraction or watching it because you only love soccer and that's all you care about, they're still spreading that message over there. And until you even know the players individually, you can't tell who's who if you're like new to that team. So I think
So
it's a really beautiful thing, and they're gonna do it for the next 10 games. And the EPL has has a really wide reach. The audience is literally worldwide. It's the number one game in the entire world. So they're reaching corners of places you can't even like imagine, and
the
they're all see
crevices.
the crevices, the the cubicles. Oh.
The depths of the society,
Yeah,
societal,
so,
s-
technology.
socioeconomic
Stalin is
infrastructure.
gonna leave, nigga. Oh, you see the blank screen over there. No, but they have a wider, reach, and it brings more eyeballs to this
Mhm.
Black Lives Matter and racial discriminatory issue. So I applaud them for doing that, and I think it's a beautiful thing. I'm excited. My team plays tomorrow. Hell yeah, I'm watching that. Don't call me when the game is on.
Who's your team though? Who's your team?
Chelsea, bro, come on, you know the vibes.
Uh-oh.
Yo, don't start this right here, man. Who's your team?
Are you sounding?
Barcelona, baby. Come on,
Ew,
best team in the
What you?
world.
ew.
All right,
Bandwagon, jump it.
Hassan, say
See,
what you want to say. Oh, so you wanna put the shin guards on and settle this
yo,
shit
let's
outside?
go. Let's go. Remember what I used to do to you in college, bro? Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I've been working out again, bro. You should be scared.
Bro, you're not gonna be quicker then.
Ooh.
We know how that
I'll still
works.
body your ass though.
Don't worry, bro. I just gotta take you away and then just open up the D, and then from there we'll score.
Again, I'm in tip top shape. Don't play with me. I told you my burpee game is strong. I'm kicking everybody. If I miss the ball, the man is going down.
That's when you just gotta flop. How they be flopping. Ah!
Yeah, my heart, my heart, my leg.
Hassan used to call me Oreos in college from all the cookies I used to give him.
Wait, yo, chill.
All right, Mr. Tip Top.
Hey, listen, man, it's different now. Again, it's different.
It's
Thank God you
different.
didn't bring the time. I tried out for the soccer team and didn't make it.
I'm
Bro,
only
you brought,
eating half the Oreos.
I was trying to save this man and he brought it up.
I mean, wait, you actually thought about it?
Nah, I'm not foul like
But
that.
man, but let's not delve in it. It's very sad, traumatic stuff.
We got footage of this.
Oh, there is, there is. Trust, there is footage. It's never coming out though. Let's
Yeah.
just stick to indoors, all right?
Yeah.
But no, Stalin, are you actually ready for sports to be back?
Yeah, I'm actually like really, really happy, man. Like it's a big break from like everything that's been going on. Mostly like COVID, and then like all the social injustices have been occurring. But I feel like it makes you more connected, not just to the movement because of the players, but also to the world. And primarily, like that's the reason why sports are so popular. Humans are social creatures, and we always want to be a
Yeah.
part of something. And then seeing like these players and these teams like using this for a social cause that is uniting like not just like the United States but the whole world at a global scale, because like you said, like it has such a wide audience, is like very beautiful. So yeah, it's like it still has it, like it's still bringing the movement to you, but it's still giving you a break through it,
Yeah.
which I think is really nice.
Yeah, and it offers a way for you to just like hone in and spend time with your loved ones and watch a beautiful game. I think it's the most beautiful game ever. But so is basketball and freaking football. The fake football. But
Alright, whatever.
Patrick, what are your thoughts on sports coming back?
Ooh, NASCAR.
What? That was a genuine reaction. Like I freaking yeehaw ass. You're from you just proved that you're from Ohio. Like
And we watch
boy,
that
he's
shit out
waiting
there.
for it. Like
Yo, he's hyped for the left turns, bro.
they just go in a circle. That's it.
Pew.
I think NASCAR is actually fun if you're watching it in person.
I don't know, but I am excited. NBA. Hopefully, we can see how that season wraps up. Football's
Shout out to the
coming
Knicks.
back. No, we ain't shouting them out. Yeah, I think it's a good thing, and I believe even with music, sports is a good way to bring people together as well too. And it's very cool because you can identify with those people as well. So as people will identify with their favorite artists or their favorite musicians, you can identify with your favorite athlete, they can give you something to aspire to be, especially a younger crowd. I mean,
Yeah,
anybody, I guess. So
yeah.
yeah, super
If you
excited for that.
if you watch the work ethic and watch how they carried, not all like athletes, but a few of the good ones. If you watch how they carry themselves, it's very inspiring.
Oh
Someone
yeah,
like, again, I love to hate on him because of his hairline, LeBron James, but like I really respect the guy, and I respect the fact that he actually put his money where his mouth is.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Stalin just disappeared. He just did that whole peace thing and just but
Uh,
but no, I respect it, and it's dope to see it come back. Organized sports is always fun.
for sure, that's a fact. Well, I mean, there's been a lot of talk. People are saying, okay, if this comes back, it's going to take away from the momentum of the movement. I personally don't believe that it will, but I can understand where people are
How
coming
people are
from. I'm
saying
not
it.
someone that's just shut down that statement or shut down that
Mhm.
idea. And I feel like we're becoming to be a little divisive even within this movement. How do you all feel about that?
Stalin, take it.
I honestly think it's not gonna move away, gonna take momentum from the movement. Because like from what we've been seeing from like especially from soccer, like you see
Hmm.
people like exposing the movement more, not just like the Americans, but also the whole world. I think what it is gonna do, it's probably gonna change like the narrative of the media. Like probably like media is gonna be focused on that. But I honestly think like it would be naive to think that like NBA players or NFL players are not gonna be using this as a platform to share about the movement. So it's
Right.
still gonna be there. I think what it is gonna do though is gonna like expose the people that were just using this movement for clout, as to seem relevant or to like not stick out. And I think
Yeah.
that's what it's gonna do. But I don't think it's gonna take away from it.
Yeah, likewise as well. I think if anything, it offers you a beautiful way to decompress and just relax your brain, because it's, again, everything is coming at you like a thousand freaking percentage, or the thousand,
Hmm.
like it's just way too fast. Like before you could read one article, there's like five other articles of like a billion other things that has happened. Like I was reading something on what China did at the border of India, and they killed a couple of Indian guards.
Hmm.
This is going on amidst a pandemic, amidst the Black Lives Matter movement, amidst cops killing people, amidst five black people being lynched just last
Oh
week.
yeah.
It gets, at some point you need to preserve your sanity, and sports offers that, and I think it's a beautiful thing. But I don't think it's the momentum is swinging. It's the momentum is there. This is the time. Sports just adds to it. If anything, it amplifies it.
It
Like
can. It
yeah,
can.
like, again, the only way it could slightly switch is the media trying to focus more on the sports aspect and trying to move away from the movement. But as we've seen with the EPO, even if you're trying to talk about like soccer, you're trying to talk about the skills and the highlights, it's in your face. You're forced to talk about Black Lives Matter as well. So it adds more of a following to it,
True.
based on like the corporations or the businesses that run that type of sport. So again, we're watching the NBA, we're watching the NFL, we're watching MLB and hockey. We didn't forget about you guys as well. If you guys wanna, hockey is fun. I'm gonna try to watch hockey than
Playoff
NASCAR.
hockey's all right.
Yeah, I'll go to a hockey game. I actually really like the hockey jerseys, but yeah, make a Black Lives Matter hockey jerseys and I'm copping. For real, I'm copping. But I think it just adds to it, and if the media tries to shift it, the players are also responsible to kind of swing it back into the direction
Mhm.
of the movement. Not just the players, but the organizations as well, from like the team members to the doctors on the team to paramedics to all the way up to the team presidents and team owners. And
Yeah.
I know as the higher up you go, the lesser of an
I think I think
input
it
they put in.
I think it depends on where you're at. I just look at owners through American sports, and most of them remain silent. Some are vocal, but yeah, of course, they really just care about that dollar.
Yeah,
Um,
baby.
cool, whatever. That's what you care about. Fine. And some people, they're so deeply rooted in that. and they're at a certain age where you're probably not going to change their mindset. But I think players need to realize, like y'all are saying, you have the power and you can use that platform to make sure you keep that momentum going. So a perfect example was when, pardon me, Marshawn Lynch, what was that? A few years ago? I think that's,
Oh yeah,
damn,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
like almost
I think
4 years ago
four.
now.
Yeah, I think it was 4. I think I was still in
And
college.
yeah, he was like, "Oh, I'm just here so I don't get fined." But just imagine every interview you
That
do,
got
every
annoying, bro. He got on their nerves,
you
man.
just sitting there.
So
I'm just
fuck me,
here because
right?
Black lives still matter. Can we ask you? I'm just here, because Black lives still matter. I'm just here because Breonna Taylor's
And it has
killers
to
ain't
be
been
across.
arrested yet.
Yeah,
I'm just here. They be like, all right, let's interview someone else. But just imagine all your top players are doing that. They're not gonna want to talk to
the
the
young
guy
one.
that
Yeah,
never
the rookie.
plays. Yeah. So again, like y'all say, it's not, no one's really gonna have a choice. And yes, the media, that's the thing too. Like, people need to stop like just buying into all these different media companies just because they feel comfortable with them or they've been providing them with
Fake news.
some sort of information for how long. Just because they come with smiles and they kind of look like they tilt in the favor of your beliefs, that doesn't
Yeah,
mean that they're for you. So
I think the best news outlets to use, especially during times like this, are the centrist one, where they don't teeter either way. They just tell you how it is,
oh yeah,
and then you get to make the decision. Because if if the viewpoints are influenced by some sort of bias perspectives, then they're not doing justice to the other side of the argument as well. Even though, like,
true.
yeah, so you need to get it, know how you get your news, and be wary of the main media sources. F you, Fox News. I'm sorry, I had to put it right back down. We're not trying to get demonetized on YouTube. Not like go monetized.
Anyway, yeah, I don't think the momentum can be lost. The only way it could happen is if people are just like, whatever the hell with this, I'm gonna just play, and other top players do anything to keep that going. But people
Yeah,
have to realize that, a lot of these players, you spoke about LeBron, like, he's been doing this for a long time. Like, and I'm not talking about just playing ball, I'm talking about being an activist, whether that's being involved in the community, making sure that he's supporting a political party
oh
or
yeah, for sure.
politicians that,
That
you know,
Hillary thing though.
even he knows, like, okay, this person isn't all the way here, but this is a much better
This is
option than the
option
next
than,
option, you
yeah,
know?
yeah, for sure.
And that's the thing, like, people are demanding all this stuff from people, even like we talk about musical artists. How come you're not doing this? How come this and that? Like, people are out in the street, even today. We talking about Juneteenth, celebrating,
They were
listening to
dancing, man.
music.
I miss,
And
actually. I wanted to be out there. Saw
yeah,
the stories and I was like, God damn, I'm so much.
it always looks more fun in the story than it is in reality.
Nah. You saw me killing it the last time we protested. I was dancing
I ain't seen
in the
nothing.
grass. Ah, come on, you saw the video. Stop playing. I was dancing all up in Brooklyn, man. Ask about me.
Don't ask him about him.
Yeah, no, dude. But my moves are sick, fam.
I say, so show the moves right now, bro.
Oh yeah, come
Nah,
on.
the camera is a bit compressed.
It's what?
It's compressed. It doesn't capture a wide angle.
Nah, that
Maybe we'll have a dance battle sometime in the future.
what that mean?
With
Never.
the cramp. I'm putting up with that video of the guy crumping in front of the car. I think that's the most cringe video of 2020. Out of all the videos out there, and there's a lot.
Yeah,
I think
police
that's the
officers
most
looking
cringe
at him
one.
like, I'm about to just mace you, right?
Imagine he does all of that, and like, just like, when you're done crumping, you're like, yeah, and then he crumps his way back.
Oh man.
But no, Juneteenth was fun, man, and I'm glad we're celebrating this finally. I'm glad a lot of people are actually, with the movement. But July 4th is also National Blackout Day. We ain't spending a dime. We need to let them know our money speaks for us. So, is it July 4th or am I?
I think it's the 7th. But
Oops. It's 7th.
besides that, just make it a habit to spend outside of these major companies, because there's the product that you want is available elsewhere. It doesn't have to be just at
You might just have to
whatever
shell a little bit
20
more, but
different
it goes to
brands.
someone that actually
Oh yeah,
would make great use of it. You know,
exactly, exactly.
these big companies have the facilities to make more and charge a lot more on it. That's why sometimes it's cheaper. But trust, you feel a lot better supporting a local, manufacturer or local
Hmm.
artist. Anyone that's local, that's just like you. You understand, you empathize with them. Empathy is a big is the word of the year for me.
Yeah.
Be
So do
empathetic.
y'all, when you're talking about momentum, how do y'all think? Do you think athletes, once sports continue, can they practice activism and play at the same time, or do you think they have to be separated? What do you think?
Hell yeah, they can. Dude, you better play. I mean, yeah, you better play your ass off if you're gonna be wearing a Black Lives Matter shirt. I want to see dribbles I ain't never seen before. I want to see dunks I ain't never seen before. I haven't watched basketball in a minute. You better, yo, if I'm paying for league pass, dude, go in. All right. Don't pass the ball if I'm paying for league pass. Show me some skills.
This
All
dude,
right, don't pass
man.
it. But no, on a more serious note, they could definitely do both, and especially when when they play really exceptional on the field, it will
Hmm.
bring more attention to it. Like, and then the media is gonna be forced to put the spotlight on that athlete, and then you could also use that to spread the wider message and like say what you've got to say, man, and support the movement that way. You know, if LeBron is out here just dunking on like these kids, it's like straight up just massacring them, everybody's gonna want to talk to LeBron. And
Oh
I
yeah,
bet you LeBron will have something to say about like,
he always do.
what's going on.
He always do.
And that's the best way to do it,
Yeah.
you know.
What do you
Yeah,
think, Stan?
I definitely agree with that point, and I feel like people got to remember that these athletes, they're not just athletes and they're not just players, but they're also humans with principles and with values. And I feel like when you have that kind of platform and you know the people that are like watching you and like they're allowing you to be like where you are,
Hmm.
you have a responsibility. And I feel like if you truly believe in like your values and principles in this movement, then I feel like you have the right to like, you know, speak your mind, your opinion. And I feel like it's a noble thing. I feel like you'll see that like people that have always been active going to be more active, especially LeBron, because the NBA knows, like the NFL, like these big players are like, yo, I'm not gonna play, or if you don't let me like speak about this, I'm not gonna play. It's like there goes their money, there goes their profit,
Exactly.
and I feel like
Yeah.
they should use it in a way that's made for goodness, and I feel like it's once you get to a position like that, in like a leadership position, it's like a big responsibility.
Yeah,
Oh
for
yeah.
sure. Also, shout out to Kyrie.
Well, that's one thing I do want to like. You know, people have. I've seen a lot of people. They'll post and say, "Oh yeah, Kyrie's right. This isn't the time to worry about playing and this and that." I'm like, well, look, again, and Stalin, you brought up a good point. They're human, and we all have passions. We all have things that we like to do.
Yeah.
I don't think that no one is under the obligation to do anything, but I feel like in a time where you see what's morally right, then you should want to speak up naturally. However, we can't sit there and just say, oh, you have to do this. You shouldn't be worried about playing. You shouldn't be doing this. Again, we're not all playing in professional leagues making boatloads of money, but that's only like the top tier dudes that's doing that. Um, so we all have to like kind of look inward and say, okay, when it's time for me to go back to work, am I gonna say, nah, I'm still gonna be out in the streets, fuck that paycheck, and I'm gonna just get to it? Who
I
gonna
need
do?
that. I need that paycheck.
No, sorry, no, you can't collect. I'm sorry.
I'm unemployed then. Shit.
No, it's like people need to be a little more reasonable. Where this has just been a trend. Like you think back to, Jesse Owens in that time, taking that stand. You think about Muhammad Ali, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We current time, you have Colin
Hey,
Kaepernick.
can you elaborate on what Kareem did again?
Well, he was part of like civil rights movement, so he was there
Okay.
with Muhammad Ali, Jim Brown. I believe it was like Bill Russell, and they were all. And we all know partly like Muhammad Ali, his journey, his struggles.
Yeah.
Um, and then Kareem to this day, it
To this day?
stays, huh?
To this day.
To this day.
To this day, he's still, publishing books for kids to understand, the historical value of things. So you have to realize like these these athletes have this platform, so why not use it? You know what I mean? Like why
Yeah.
not? Some of the most historical stances were made on those platforms. You look back to the Olympics with Tommy Smith and John Carlos. That's so iconic. Like when they're sitting up there, they take their shoes off, they get on the, I don't know, it's like the podium, the platform
Yeah.
where it's like first,
Mhm.
second,
Yeah, the
and
podium.
yeah, they take their shoes off. They both all black leather glove with their fists in the air. And in that time, yeah, people get death threats now, but in that period
No,
of
they
time,
were
like
really about it.
you could have caught one. You know what I'm saying?
Could
So
have. It was just coming.
yeah, I mean, my thing is this: like, we can't tell people like what you need to do. I think if some athletes want to sit out, that's cool, and if some want to play, that's cool too. But I feel like the majority, like the athletes that control whatever league that you're
Yeah,
in,
and
they have to
especially the
come
ones on the
together.
board. Yeah.
They got to come together and make a mutual decision and say, all right, all of us will sit for X amount of games until we get them to capitulate to our needs to say, all right, I'm going to donate yearly to whatever it is that y'all want us
What
to,
funds
and
you
we'll
want
have an
us? Yeah.
open ear and we're going to be more, aware of the things that
Tolerant.
we're
Yeah.
doing. Yeah, our business handlings.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like, all right, you can sit out, but you need to have a plan after that.
Yeah, you can't just sit there and just play with your
It's
belly
part of
button.
it, just how, protesting
Okay, well, I
needs to
threw the belly
happen.
button thing there and no one reacted again.
What you said, man?
I said you can't just sit there and play with your belly button, but it didn't bang again. I'm trying.
And
Bro, why are you bringing it back?
it ain't catch no fire in the first place.
Yeah.
I thought this sign was I saw a
Hey,
shot.
hold on. Talking about this ain't one of the jokes you told on the
No, no, no,
stand-up
no, no,
stage.
no.
Because this dude been up here talking about, oh, I really enjoyed myself and I feel like people was feeling me. I'm like, man, hell, they probably like, all right, let's just clap. Get his ass
Let's
off of
just
here.
clap. Maybe he'll leave.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, they love me. Go on. I'm sorry. This
Nah,
belly button joke is crap.
yeah,
I promise.
I mean, I feel like without that, you won't have people really speaking up from those platforms because they have that larger voice and they can speak for, the many of us, So if we have something that we want as fans and they're asking like, hey, maybe there's something I can say or do. Well, what better platform to do through a season when billions of people are watching you? I mean,
Yeah.
Kaepernick said nothing, but look at everything that came from him doing what he felt was right and what is right, in my opinion.
Just from kneeling.
Yeah, and
I
he didn't
think
say
he's
anything.
again. It's a worldwide phenomenon. The entire I said NFL, EPL, La Liga, Bundesliga. All of these people are kneeling, and they have the reach, like I said, worldwide.
Mhm.
So Kaepernick deserves more recognition actually than he
For
gets
sure.
at the moment. And I think you said he was gonna be training. I'm not sure. And
He's supposedly getting a workout with the Chargers. And right now, all they have Tyrod Taylor. I don't want to say all they have. Tyrod Taylor is a veteran quarterback. And he's solid though. He's pretty good. He used to play for Buffalo, and then he went to the Browns, and now he's with the Chargers. I don't know if there was another team in that mix. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And then they drafted the quarterback from Oregon, but he's a rookie. If Colin Kaepernick can come back and be like 80% of
He's
what he
been working
was.
out, so
He's good. Like there's a lot of, and that's the thing when people say they can't see the issue, like, oh well, all he has to do is work out, or all he has to do is this, and all he has to do is that. I'm like, that's not the point. Is that how can I do something if I'm not given the opportunity?
mm-hmm.
You know?
You could do all the push-ups you want, but then on my field, it's kind of like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and another thing is like these athletes, they know their role models. So it's not just for the people,
mhm.
the older people, it's not just us, but it's also for the future generations. Because it's if a
Mm-hmm.
kid sees this and, they see these athletes that are on top of the world, that are standing for like the human rights and human dignity, that's going to inspire a kid.
Yeah.
That's going to bring a discussion to, and that's another thing. It's like, if this wasn't discussed before, like, someone using their platform like that is going to bring it into discussion, and that's what brings solution. That's what brings like more empathy and more acceptance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you start talking
yeah.
and like, seeing like your point of view and like how it differs from someone else's point of view is when you start to understand, and I feel like that's why this is so important to be like showed on a massive scale, because
Oh yeah.
it lets everyone talk.
Yeah. And also kids' minds are very malleable. I think kids are one of the most pure form of human beings to exist, because in that state of mind you're absorbing what's around you, and to be a kid in this time of in history is very influential, because you're the next generation. They're going to
Right.
live here. You've seen it firsthand. As a kid, you're actually are being exposed to these bigger issues that like defies our
Mhm.
capabilities. And if your mind is still developing, then I'm kind of hopeful for the future, because if a kid learns that racism is wrong now, I think over time, over if nothing combats that and like comes in there and ruins that sort of um um way of thinking they've acquired during this period, we're looking at a great future. There'll be a future. I'm positive that there's a future where police brutality will be eliminated.
Or at
If we,
least there'll be accountability. Like
yeah,
they'll
yeah,
be held accountable to their
for
actions. I
yeah,
won't say eliminated, but because people are always gonna do whatever the hell they want
mm-hmm,
to do,
mm-hmm.
especially if they feel like they can get away with it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Eliminated wasn't the right word. Yeah, I
No, no,
understand.
no. You
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
I'm just being
You gotta
hopeful,
be hope.
man.
Yeah,
My kids
exactly.
are gonna grow up again. Maybe in Canada, if America wants to keep messing up.
Well, hold on. Canada's pretty problematic too.
Yeah, I was
I
about to
know, but
say.
like, we have maple syrup.
Oh,
Drink some
you know
maple
that solve
syrup and be
everything.
okay. Exactly, man. What? No, maybe just Ghana, man. No, I'm kidding. See, that's also another topic for another day, actually. But it's different.
Nah, I mean it's. I feel like people need to also pick something. So if you want your favorite athlete to sit out, what is it that you want them to do exactly? So a good example of this would be Maya Moore, and she, I think, sat out for like 2 years, went full activist. So she really, but that's something she felt like she wanted to do.
Strongly about.
And this is before this. But
Yeah.
again, we are in this age where we're so quick to judge someone, or we forget about things where it's like, let's just say she was like, oh, I want to play. Someone be like, oh, well, why do you want to play? Isn't this more important?
Mm.
Well, are you not gonna, commend her for all the work that she's done prior to that?
Yeah.
When people are like, oh, LeBron, why does he want to play? I'm like, this dude, yes, he plays, but he's also doing all this other stuff while he's playing. So even if it's not going out and protesting directly, he built a school. Even look at Jalen Rose. He built a school as well, making opportunities for people. So
Yeah.
he's directly trying to enhance the quality of life for his people. So I
Yeah.
think for us, we have to ask ourselves, what are we doing on a consistent basis? Yes,
And
we don't have the resources like LeBron James, but am I doing everything I can on a consistent basis?
yeah.
Probably not. Go ahead.
It's easy to just personify this thing and make it a personal matter. Like LeBron doesn't know who the hell you are, first of all. So your opinion on him is worth nothing. So you sitting there wasting your breath on whether he should play or not is not solving anything. Instead, do something productive with that.
But I will say this about him. I think he does actually care about
Oh no,
what
he
people
definitely does care.
say. Yeah.
I mean, anyone that says they don't care what people say are total liars. There's some part of you that would care slightly or would even listen. Listening is
Oh yeah,
sort of giving attention to it, so you're
for
caring
sure.
in a sense. So, but what I'm saying is that it's ultimately his decision. So you taking it and making it your life's freaking work is like, oh my god, relax. You're not. Again, just watch the game.
Yeah.
They're
I'm
known for their work. Like he knows what he's doing.
exactly. People feel that, and again, it's true. If nobody watches the NBA, then that would cease to exist. That would take a while for that to happen. But I didn't, you didn't, Stalin didn't, you know, do anything to help LeBron personally get to where he's at.
That's
He put
what
in the
LeBron
work,
was.
he put in the gym time. That's him. And
Still puts in
whoever,
the gym time.
oh
Or
yeah,
what
he spent like $1 million
on his
on his
body
body each year or
annually.
something. Yeah. So I don't know. People, like you said, I feel like a lot of people are making all this stuff so personal and
They're
just getting,
bored at home playing with. I didn't say it.
man, Stalin,
Just kick me out.
take it over, man, please.
Just
Nah, I'm not
kick
saying
me off the
anything.
pod. It's a good joke.
Yeah, I know
It's
why
a
I'm here.
nah, but I mean, it's, even I want to kind of drift away. I won't say drift away from sports because I feel like music and sports are kind
They
of
go
linked
hand in hand.
together.
Yeah, they go
Yeah.
hand in hand.
And it's like people are, oh, where's, I mean, one of my favorite artists, where's Kendrick Lamar? What's he doing? He's not causing, he's not bringing any attention to this, da da da. I'm like, he's been doing this forever.
Yo, to pimp a freaking butterfly was
Before that.
yeah. Even if the song was lit, he'd throw a few verses in here and there. Not even a few. He's actually addressing it head on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before that. And that's the thing, is that you see these people, they constantly, and we can go down the list of everyone in sports that has done something and then they get blackballed and their career is over, you know?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's like, are we not gonna remember those folks too? And they were
Good point.
playing, and the reason why they still play is because I want to show you this on this platform. Because if I'm at home,
What am I doing?
yeah, like nobody's really, like, again, unless you are just someone, like, unless you're a Kevin Durant or you're a whatever, you're a
Just
Pat
tweeting your life away
Mahomes or something like that. Then
on your
someone might,
burner account.
yeah, like then someone might, if you have your own network, but not everybody has that,
Mm.
so I have a network to do it on.
True.
I don't know. I don't know what people really want. And my thing is this, like,
You can never satisfy everyone.
you can't. And my thing is this, if everybody does a little bit, it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I might put this much into the pot. Her son might bring this much. Stalin might bring
Hey.
this much.
Yeah, big money
The next
Stalin.
person
Yeah.
might bring this much. But guess what?
Yo,
It's
get that
all
crap out of here.
it's
Nah,
all
I'm kidding.
going into the pot. It's
Yeah,
all going
for
into
sure.
the pot. What you about to
For
say,
sure.
Stylist? My bad.
Nah, you good. And I honestly think like we need a unity, and like
Mm-hmm.
from everyone, not just like the common people, but people are on top because they have like the influence and power to like actually help change. They're the ones that can actually go to like Congress or like get a front
Yeah.
row seat and talk to these people and see like this is what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm like, I was reading the Malcolm X book, and I just remember like the last chapter I read, there was like an incident where like one of his like Muslim brothers like faced police brutality, and he got taken into the
The
precinct,
precinct. Yeah.
and he got like hit, and he was like bleeding really badly. And what did Malcolm X did is he like brought all his like Muslim brothers from this temple
Brotherhood. Yeah.
together,
Hey,
and then like the neighborhood came.
if y'all ain't seen the movie, that's like one of the best scenes from the
Yeah,
movie. My
yeah,
bad.
Yeah.
that's just great. And then like they all go to the precinct, and then like the cops, and they're like the white cops there that are armed forces for brutality, see all these like black, like all these African Americans gathered together, and it's such like a big united group that they get scared, and they let Malcolm X come in to check on to check on like his brother, you know, and to take him to like on an ambulance to
Hospital.
the hospital, you know. And just from that sheer fact, it's like unity really does bring change,
Oh
because
Yeah.
yeah.
together we are stronger, you know.
Yeah.
And he was a big critique of people that said of like African Americans that were like that thought they were better than other African Americans for being a
Yeah.
part of the system and being
Oh
accepted,
yeah. 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 He was big on that.
rather than like helping change it, you know, and helping be united and not being brainwashed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
And I
yeah.
feel like that's what we need now, you know. Like, yeah, like you have grown and people have helped you grown, and like perhaps you are a part of a system, you're helping like these big corporations and companies profit, but at least like if you're aware of it, then help change, you know. And I feel like that's the greatness about like these athletes, like
Oh
being
yeah.
united and standing
But
up.
that's a good point you brought up, Stalin. When people say, "Oh, well, you're directly responsible for helping them," like, yeah, they might be responsible on a larger scale, but all of us are responsible too. People don't lock in and have the commitment to say, "Okay, I'm not gonna spend here. I'm not gonna do this." Like, they'll still do it. That's what I mean. Like, people have to look at themselves first. And
Internally.
another thing too is like, again, someone like a Hank Aaron, the shit he had to go through just to play baseball. And guess what? If he decided, oh, I'm not gonna play until they don't call me names, or they don't throw bottles at my head when I'm walking in here, or they don't try to kill me outside, or they don't try to, do you think a door would have been open for anybody else?
No, for real. I mean, someone always has to be the first one to break the barrier,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what Kaepernick did. I'm really glad he did that. Back to what Stalin was saying though. Um, it's not just with athletes as well. One person I actually really personify. I really look up to this guy. He's a comedian by the name Hassan Minhaj. I love his show on Netflix. I think I talk about him way too much,
You ain't like it
but
because you are the same name.
nah, nah, nah. The dude has. It's a similar story. Immigrant
I'm playing.
family,
I'm playing.
went to school for political science. I went to school for psychology. Switched and followed your passion. But beyond that, this dude actually had the leverage to go to Congress and confront them on the student loan crisis. That
Hmm.
shows the form of leverage and how to use your influence in the right way. You know,
Oh yeah.
it puts you in a room of powerful people and you get to confront them about it. You get to tell them to their faces. So again, athletes also have that sort of power. Musicians have that sort of power. Anyone with a platform has that sort of power, no matter how small. And back to what Stalin said, bringing all of that together creates a really wonderful thing, which is why I implore everyone to at least go out there once to protest, to witness such a beautiful thing. I've never seen anything like that ever in my life. This is the first time I've seen people of all colors just marching for just one cause, and it's there's no discrimination. You know, it's a
True.
beautiful sight to see, especially in a city like New York where people just mind their business. It's totally the opposite of what we're known for.
Oh yeah.
And again, the togetherness aspect of it is important. Also, I want to also just ask people to not judge as much, like just judge yourself. So a lot of people, I've seen a lot of posts. I'll go, if I see a bunch of people drinking Starbucks, I'm gonna do this. No, yo, you don't spend your money there. If they want to spend it, it's fine. Let them do it.
And
Maybe
a point to that is that everybody will come to certain things in their own time. So
exactly.
maybe today someone spent on Starbucks, maybe because they weren't aware. Maybe
Yeah,
they were like, you know what, I'm shutting off my social media, like not because I don't care, it's because I just
I need
need
a
a break.
detox. Yeah,
And maybe they just had a gift card laying around, they went and bought something, or maybe that's what was near their crib. But I don't really know.
mm-hmm.
But you really gonna condemn everybody like, oh my God, how could you? How could you? And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It just becomes so divisive. And then we start to look at these other people go, oh, well, this person said they were about this and they haven't spoken up yet. Like maybe they're doing something behind the scenes. Maybe they're not.
Exactly.
I don't know. But
How
worry
about
about
focus
you.
on what
What are
you could do?
you
How
doing?
about you vote?
Exactly.
How about you vote? It's already, again, I'm very disappointed at the turnouts and people not actually talking about this. I'm seeing a lot of posts on Instagram, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Thousand other things, but people not voting. Early election is still ongoing. It's a weekend. how about you organize? If you're an organizer,
Exactly.
organize people in your districts instead of protesting. We're all marching to the polling stations, and guess what? We're voting.
Exactly.
Think of how much attention that will bring, and how scared
And
these corrupt politicians will be when they see a site like
look,
this.
another person using his platform. I'm whatever. I'm gonna cycle back to LeBron because the
I
dude
thought
does
you
a
were gonna
lot.
talk about me. Damn, I got hyped
Ain't really
already.
talking about your ass.
He's like another person. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, it's my
Ah,
turn.
yeah, let's go get
Them weak ass
up in the shop.
jokes.
Damn, damn. I'm not inviting you to my special. Watch
Ain't
on
nobody want to
Netflix.
come anyway.
It's free tickets.
They about to bury that shit.
Let's go. Not a special.
Foreign releases. Well, hey, hold on. That wasn't made.
Ghanaian comedian trying to make it.
Man. Nah, but
0.5 star rated.
what LeBron was doing with I don't know if I have all the details, but pretty much informing people on voting rights, trying to educate folks on that, making sure that is secure.
Yeah.
Again, using his name, his platform to get that out there. If he just decides to just shut the fuck up, that doesn't happen. So again, people need to choose. Like, you want people to just say nothing and just sit there. And I'm not saying that's the other alternative, but or you could sit there with a point like, we're not doing anything until this happens. But okay, if you're gonna sit there, then maybe join in with the person that's trying to
Yeah.
do something else too.
Yeah.
Because like you said, Stalin, needs to be a united front. We might not all take the same road
Stats and
there,
yeah.
but we trying to get to the same destination.
Mm.
So I don't
Yeah.
know. Like people just
Smaller
being too
divisions
sensitive.
take away from the bigger picture, and I'm starting to notice that a lot. Like
Oh
a lot
yeah.
of other, I mean, those cases are very important. Not to take away from all those cases, but if you're sitting home tweeting about 1,000 other cases and you're not doing the bare minimum, which is your part, like going out there to actually make voting. Social media just made everything so easy. You feel like once you tweet something, my part is done. Now I could go watch Netflix and then relax on my
You
couch.
know what? That's a good point,
Yeah.
because again, I've seen some athletes, they'll speak up. Okay, of course, there'll be certain cases and people get upset because, oh, like, this case isn't being talked about. I'm like, look, I don't think, George Floyd just happened to become the face of this. That's it. That's just how the chips fell.
Yeah.
But athletes, someone like a LeBron, like, where, hey, I'm trying to make a change. I'm trying to push everyone so we can change this law. So if you change this law, it's going to take care of all those cases that fall under that umbrella.
Yeah.
Again, we should bring attention to all the cases. I'm not saying it's not important, but maybe we should say, hey, we're trying to take, like, let's pack up all these cases. And once that law gets passed, or once one gets, rolled back, all right, boom, we in there with all
We're
this.
going. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Full steam ahead. I think I'm gonna talk to a friend of mine that's like dealing with organizers and ask them on the possibilities of organizing sort of a group not to protest but to go vote.
That'll be what's up.
It's, yeah, because I want to see it. I think it would be a very scary sight for these politicians. They need to see it. And again, if you're a rapper or if you're an athlete, you happen to bounce by this, use your clout, man. Say, hey, I'm gonna be out here at this polling station today. I want 500 people from this neighborhood to come out and vote. I want to see it.
Oh yeah.
Pull up, and I'll be there personally with you guys all. It'll be a beautiful thing, man.
And I've seen some athletes in the past before, like, all right, I'm gonna pay for transportation for people to go vote, or I'm gonna make sure, we're gonna make sure whatever. I don't know what their budget is or whatever the hell. I
You
don't
got
know.
some money stashed.
I'm just saying, like, I don't know what I'm saying.
Sell your
Like,
chains.
if they not rented in the first place.
Oh god damn.
Well,
Wait,
look,
can I
go
ask
ahead. Yeah.
something? I didn't grow up in this culture, so what is the whole thing with chains and shiny diamonds?
I mean, that's just how it is. Like, you feel like, I don't know. For me, like, when I was younger, I had a small little cross, and then I had like this white gold chain. I had another chain with like different colors in it. Like it was like
Oh, so you are
yellow and
out here shining on these hoes, huh?
yeah, like
Huh?
that's a younger me. But no, it's just like it's just your culture. It's like your fashion
It's
statement.
okay.
It's you know what I'm saying? Like that's all it is. Just
Yeah.
how any other place would have it. But I feel like again, anything that
But it just
we
happens to be
do
that our culture is a lot expensive. Damn.
as minorities, like that would get a negative light.
Mm.
So now should you be just going and spend all your money on that? Nah, like but still, like, you know,
If you love it, then I understand.
yeah.
I think I get it. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think it's also like supposed to be like a sign of like wealth. Like you know how
Yeah.
like if you drive a Lamborghini, you obviously know that they're in a better position than someone that's driving like
Mm.
a Honda. Well, at least that's the illusion of it, you
Illusion.
know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that's what
But
it
that's
is,
on
you
the
know.
surface level as well.
Yeah, and I feel like in like the culture, especially like in hip hop, like that's a sign. Like you know, you're not
Of
really a
being.
rapper,
Yeah.
rapper if you have like unless you
A
have all those
chain.
chains.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's like you start to
Yeah, but
see
the
them
big
evolve
rappers
now.
don't even have it. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
J.
because
Cole's
like
freaking rich as hell, and he
yeah,
looks
because I
like
feel like
he
they
does.
evolve. So most of them, like some
Yeah.
of them, like start with like one idea, but then they
Transition, and they learn
transition
more.
to a higher
Yeah.
level. Yeah, like Wiz Khalifa, like at one point, like if you see him now, like he's like
It's
doesn't wear any
fit,
chains,
bro.
fit as hell. And he said like a famous quote. He was like, "I stopped wearing chains when I realized like the richest people I know don't wear any." You know,
Well, hold on now. Jay-Z still bust out the Cuban link from time to
Ah,
time.
that is
but
true.
that's Jay
But
though.
that's
He
Jay
could
Z, yeah. But you don't
he
see
could
him with
freaking
like
wipe his ass with a
chains.
Cuban link. Like, yo, again, flush the toilet with the Cuban link. What is that to him?
Well, I'm just saying, like, again, I think for him now it becomes
It's
like, okay,
cultural.
I like this piece. I'm gonna keep
Yeah,
this piece.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like for him, like yeah, Jay Z, it's like I like it. It's not. It's like I don't think he no longer is like doesn't have to like prove himself. Like I know
Oh
he
no, no,
knows
no.
And
the
Yeah.
person now.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's just something where, you know, when hip hop started, like people had that like the
I
little
know which
dookie
one.
rope chain. Yeah, like
The rope chain. Yeah.
yeah, like that's just it's just something like that's what it
So
was.
just
It's like
paying homage in a sense. It
yeah.
just could be
It,
taken in a negative way as well. When you're struggling, can't pay rent, but you're out here shining.
We'll
yeah.
ask him one day.
Uh, yo, no,
We'll ask
definitely.
one
We'll
day.
interview Jay Z one day.
All right, one more thing, y'all. If you see an athlete sitting out, what do you think they stand to gain from that, or what? How do you think they could go about gaining from that?
I think it gives them more time to structure a plan of action. If you're sitting down and other athletes are playing, then you definitely should be involved in the protest. You should be on TV imploring people to go vote. You should be donating to causes. These are again, you chose to sit out. I better not see you at a strip club because Corona has like cities are being open and you're just like, well, I'm not playing, might as well. Nah, 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 nah. You sat down for a reason. So we're watching what you're doing. You
Magic
can't just
City
say,
Monday.
yeah. Oh, basketball is distracting, but Big Titty Tuesday is not distracting enough from the cause. Nigga, get your facts, get your freaking priorities right. Oh, you better lace them shoes up and go play. I don't want to hear it. It's either you with it
I'll
or you're
stick up my
not.
league pass.
Yeah, I paid for that league pass, so I better not see you passing by whatever the strip club's name is. No,
Unless you win the chip, you know.
yeah, or maybe you're trying to convince the strippers to go vote, and that'll be a great
Mm.
cause. I'll join you on that cause, honestly. Just hit me up.
You can see this dude handing out pamphlets.
With the number the pamphlet says nothing but just name and number. Name a
Okay.
number and shifts hours. Like
Yeah, you know, I'm a just, you know, get a lift together. Just call me, you know, meet me at my
yeah.
crib. You know what I'm saying? Like we'll get it organized.
What district you said you was from again? Oh yeah, same. Meanwhile, it's Atlanta. Like, nigga, bro. No, on a more serious
But
note, though, if you're sitting out, you better be active with the entire movement. Do your part. Do what you could do, the best you could do. If you're injured, I understand. Kyrie's injured, but Kyrie's using his platform. You know, if you're a rookie that wants the money and doesn't want to sit
well,
out, you're still like
I'm gonna say
responsible. So,
he hasn't used his platform for anything. All he said
other
was
than saying the earth
not
was
to
flat.
play. Well, no, I'm saying for this so far.
Oh yeah,
I'm
No,
saying
we're
like
watching him though. Again,
yeah,
the games
action
will
has
start.
to
Yeah,
follow it.
yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
If he's quiet after that, I'm like, what the hell was all that for?
Well, there's another side to that story.
Yeah, I don't want to perpetuate that though.
Allegedly, well, I'm gonna just say it like whatever.
Okay.
I guess allegedly, since he's injured, they're trying to limit the amount of people that are going to the bubble or whatever they're calling it in Orlando. He was upset that he couldn't, be present there. So now he's trying to convince other players not to play because he's not able to go there. I don't think that's true,
If
and
that's the case,
I
that's
really
very
hope not.
yeah.
But if that's
It's
the case, then you need to get his ass up out of
yeah.
here.
We
But
need to get him
I don't think
on a
that's true.
planet where it's flat. That's where we need to get him if that's the case.
Psst, you trying to put his ass on a plate?
I mean, he's been playing. I think he's been playing on the courts for way too long. He sees everything like a rectangle. Damn, if the basketball court is flat, the earth is flat. Think about it, man. Yo, he's onto something. Court is flat. You go to his apartment. What is it called? Flat. Come on. Yo. I'm onto it. The earth is flat. Kyrie, I support you. Hunter College professors are looking at me like this.
Detective.
What? Oh my God! I don't spill water. On
This is why I tell you to read physics books.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I also just spilled water on my. Oh, the Earth is not flat. It just proved it to me.
Wait, hold on. Did it spill flat or
Yeah.
did it like curve out the cup?
Yeah, nah. It spilled flat again. See, yo, we're connecting dots over here, man. Illuminati's trying to stop me. That's why they spilled my water. But I'm onto it. If something happens to me, you know what?
Man, your hands was trying to grip this.
On the Trump.
Had the arthritis.
And then walk down the stairs in a weird fashion. Oh damn, I really spilled water here though. But I'm starting. Yeah, your answer to Patrick's last question.
I would say that like people sitting out can be seen as a strike, in my opinion. It's like when the union and workers come together and don't go to work because they want change and they want to use the collective unity of the workforce to bring that change, and bring about like their issues. So I feel like if certain players don't even like show up and they're doing it for the reason of Black Lives Matter, I'm like, cool, that's beautiful, or for whatever reason. I feel like another I think what would be more powerful is like if they actually go to the court and then they sit out and don't even play at all.
That would be sick.
Like I felt like that's what like the question was, but I was like, I'm answering in both ways. But
Wait, hold on. What didn't one of y'all talking about something earlier in a soccer league
Kevin
where
Prince
someone did that?
Yes.
Oh yeah, Kevin Boateng. It's like, well, Hassan, you tell the story.
Yeah, he's
you know
a guy
better.
soccer player, not anymore. But there was some racist chants, or someone threw a banana on the field, I think, and it was the 70th minute. This is a big game, everybody's watching, and he just left the field, and his team followed suit. It was very powerful. It brought all eyes on racism in football. I'm saying football because it brought all eyes to football, and it raised the topic, and they actually started doing ads on this, and people were being reprimanded before the game. They even wore armbands or something like that. I think it inspired a whole movement where they wore
say no to racism.
Say no to racism armbands during games. So that was so powerful. And if something like that happens, especially in the NFL, I'll lose it. I will scream. For real.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like imagine the Lakers go to play and then the people that are supposed to be starting just sit out, and then they ask why, and it's like, because this is the least that we can do. Black Lives Matter. That would be like incredibly powerful scene. And then the league would be like, holy crap, like, oh my God, we're gonna lose so much money. Like this is not a joke. This is not.
Sponsors are gonna be on our doors.
Yeah,
right now.
Because it's like, yo, like I get that, like there are like great players in the NBA, but we only primarily we only watch the NBA, let's be real, for a certain amount of players.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Let's be real. And if like those amount of players sit out, because it's like, yo, I can't even think of like anyone else other than like LeBron, Durant, like Kyrie, Curry,
yeah.
See, I'm not
Clay.
that big on like basketball, but I
Yeah.
still know those names. You know.
Exactly. But
Antetokounmpo.
again, even if those players like, nah, we good, they be like, "Oh,
What?
are you sure?
So say what now? He has a $200 million added to your contract. They
Yeah,
just
but
start
it's
throwing
like
money at them.
if the big players do that, like other players were gonna
Will
look
follow
up to
suit.
them too. Like
Yeah.
if they can do
Yeah.
that, then like they can definitely do it too. You know.
Yeah.
And back to your earlier point, Stalin, when you talk about unity, you could always help out those other players. Like even when damn, what the hell was his name? I think it's Damon Jones or something like that. But it was back when the Cavs was in the playoffs. He got a fine, and his fine was almost his salary for that year or something like that. So LeBron, pardon me, paid the fine for him. So you
Wasn't
could
meant
always
to be
like if
mad.
another player wants to sit out that's not making that top tier money,
Top dollar.
yeah, you could like y'all could help him out. You know
Of
what I'm
course.
saying?
Why not?
Or
Why not?
other leagues y'all could help her out. So it's
For
just
sure.
yeah, you
Again,
want to come
players are
together.
watching y'all.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be an interesting, honestly, like season to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
definitely, and it's gonna be even more interesting to see what happens in the Champions League too, because I
Oh
feel like
yeah.
it's definitely gonna
Because
take it
they've
to
kind of
that.
been quiet this entire time. We're
Yeah,
seeing what they're gonna do too.
yeah, because also for context, Patrick, Champions League is like this
A
tournament.
worldwide, yeah, thing.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a tournament specifically for Europe, but like it's like in soccer the tournament to watch because it's like the best players, I mean, soccer teams are in
Best
Europe
teams from
pretty
each
much.
country, yeah.
Yeah, from
So
Europe. So
yeah,
it's like you're gonna see them all play, and it's like we're at the round of 16 going into quarterfinals.
quarterfinals, yeah.
So I
Okay.
feel like everyone in the world like definitely watches that. Like,
Oh,
definitely
dude,
watches
I
that.
used to
Yeah.
miss classes for Champions League games.
I used to watch Champions League in class.
Dude, remember the library where it's a quiet floor and there's a bunch of us just like watching on the computer?
I'm like,
Sir,
yeah.
no, in the World Cup actually there used to be those rooms with the big TV. And I
Mhm.
remember like I'll do it and people will come and like want to study, but then it's packed with like, just soccer fans and I'm like, yo, F you, move, nigga.
Yeah.
Like, so again, something like that brings people together. And
Exactly.
I'm glad you brought it up. I'll be looking to see what the Champions League does because they've been awfully quiet. Step Blatter, did he step down as a FIFA president?
I'm not sure, but I think it's like they were first organizing when they were gonna resume, and they're gonna resume August 7th and 8th. So I think that's why
Okay.
they were like very quiet because they were just trying to figure all that
Figure
out
out where
together.
to
But I
play.
think like the teams themselves are gonna take like a stance during
Yeah, for
the
sure. I mean,
tournament.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's gonna be like the same teams that are like in the EPL as well. You know.
EPL, La Liga, Bundesliga,
Mhm.
Italy, Serie A.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, yo, like I have like my issue with you is like if you're a soccer fan and you have like prejudice, bias, and like racist views, I don't understand that because
Yeah,
it's honestly soccer is honestly like a universal like language that everyone plays, and literally when
yeah,
you're any team that you see play, it has especially European teams. It's like you see these people from like all over the world, like
yeah.
especially in like a European like the
Mhm.
EPL, like they're like
Ghana, Congo,
Ghana, Congo,
freaking
yeah, all that, man. Like,
random places you've never even heard of.
yeah, it's like
It's
that kind of like
yeah,
baffles me to me because it's like the mere fact that you're seeing like these teams and these players on the team playing together against other teams with that kind of like diversity too. It's like I don't know, man. It
yeah,
just baffles me.
I mean, I feel that it's because not everybody, certain sectors of people are always gonna feel like that should belong to them.
all
That's
right, so
just
go strap up and get on the field. Go with your big old freaking beer belly. Like, and also soccer fans are very tolerant. Like, I mean, there's been instances where they went rowdy, but
Mhm.
usually when I'll go to a random bar and people are watching the game, and before you know it, all of us like holding hands together, screaming "Go!" I don't know this guy from anywhere, you know, and it is like that. So
Yeah.
it's just a few specks in there that want to spoil it.
Yeah,
And I think the fans also shoot them off. I've seen instances where fans are like, nah, 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 we're not
yeah,
tolerating
like
this.
we're not tolerating that. Yeah,
Sometimes they beat their asses too.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That like I'm kind of like
They do.
yeah, I'm kind of glad like sports is coming back. 'Cause it kind of like reminds of that unity too.
Yeah.
Like
Oh
whenever I
yeah.
watch sports or soccer, like it definitely like brings back
You know
that
what?
unity.
A good point with sports is that just speaking with America, that's the closest thing to a meritocracy that we get, where it's like, oh, it's
Mm.
supposed to be fair. Where it's like, with sports, is pretty much like that. I'm not gonna say because there's still like that whole political feel in some sports, but literally, like, if you're better than this person, then you're gonna play.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah,
And y'all can like set differences aside for whatever those however many minutes. So you could be teammates with someone that's racist, but guess what? Y'all somehow managed to be like, whatever, like let's just play. So because we both are trying to win. We're both trying to
We
get to
need
this
each
common
other.
goal. But it's like once you leave that, it's like, all right, back to business. It's
What
like,
you say
well,
now?
time out. Like, y'all can't like see that you can take this and apply it to your actual life.
Wait, has Tom Brady said anything about the movement?
Nah. I don't, not to my
Yeah,
knowledge,
that speaks volumes, man.
yeah.
but with
But Jamie, pull that up real quick.
not, yeah, no, check and see. But I mean, with him, I feel like he's more of a strictly football dude, and I don't know. Again, I don't know his political stance,
Yeah,
anything
I
like
saw a
that.
MAGA hat in his closet.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I think that's partially because Robert Kraft and Trump is super close, and Trump always be probably all up in near that. Says, oh
Mm.
yeah, just take this from me. But I don't know. Maybe that's what he support. I have no clue. But for somebody that does do that, even with like Antonio Brown when he was with the
Yeah,
Patriots, he's like, oh yeah, no, come live with me before you get a crib,
yeah.
stuff like that. So I feel like I don't know. Like I don't know. I'm not gonna try to get into his mind. I
Oh
will
yeah,
say
no, I
this
just
clearly: it's not a top priority for him.
yeah,
That's all
exactly.
I'll
It's
say.
as simple as that. Because he has one of the biggest platforms in the NFL, and people watch
Hmm.
him because of his influence as well. Which is he's like the LeBron James of NFL at the current moment.
I would say,
When it comes to influence and like rings and that sort of platform, that's what I mean. My skills, dude, I know nothing about football when it comes to skills. I know
I'm
touchdown and that's it.
I'm saying like, okay, excitement level moves. That's more like Pat
Oh
Mahomes or
yeah,
something like that.
yeah. No, but like when
Yeah, yeah,
Brady
no,
is
I know what you
walking,
mean.
everyone is like, "That's Brady." So
Yeah.
if he had opened his mouth and said
But guess
something,
what? Guess what? You're seeing a change in the league, and he's about to be up
he's
out of
about to be
here.
out. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now you see, because guess what? Before, for a black quarterback, it's like, oh well, they can't really do this or that. But look at the top quarterbacks in the league: Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Deshaun Watson. Cam Newton needs to be on the team, and it's
Patrick Steele.
no.
Actually,
Yeah,
not
the
for
top
nothing.
fan of the week.
Not for nothing, Pat. Though, if I heard that name, I would
I think
believe
it's a
it's like
football player
a
name.
football player. Yeah, I
Yeah,
would
Oh
think
man,
it's a
this
I
guy
see
funny
must
name.
be
Steele
a
on the back
hype.
of a jersey. Yeah,
Yeah, Patrick
Patrick
Steele.
Steele. Then they
Yeah.
stole the ball from his deflected from Patrick Steele.
Hell no.
But no, I'm seeing an insurgence of African American quarterbacks, and it's
Because
rightfully so.
they realize that, okay, y'all can do a little bit of everything. Like, okay, you can throw that ball. And I think Pat
Exactly.
Mahomes kind of started that. Like him and Deshaun Watson, Lamar
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Jackson, like they got that stronghold. So guess what? Now you see all these people like, oh, we need a mobile quarterback. And look, Kyler Murray. I think he might be our height, like 5'10, 5'11, something like
Hey,
that. And
5'10" is good.
no, I'm saying like people will look past that, but it's like
Yeah,
you have other quarterbacks that break that
yeah,
because
yeah.
like
Of
Drew
course.
Brees ain't that tall and
Mm.
whatever. Like Russell Wilson, another
Yeah, yeah,
another
yeah,
brother
yeah.
playing in the league. So
Mm.
guess what? All of the like people are looking like, oh, hold up. And you have to look back at other people that pioneered these things. Look, I don't know if y'all remember when Mike Vick was playing like in his
Of
prime, like
course.
Donovan McNabb. He wasn't as fast as him, but dude was playing his ass off.
Yo,
You know,
so
Go ahead, Stalin.
Nothing recent about Brady, but I did find something about him on the Howard Stern uh,
Oh, he did an interview or
interview. Yeah.
something not
And
that
he
long ago.
said, and I quote, I never saw race. Brady said, I think sports transcends race, transcends wealth, it transcends
Yo, I
all
want to
that.
smack this nigga.
You get to know and appreciate that what
I'm
someone
not.
else may bring. When you're in a locker room with 50 guys, you don't think about race because you're all in the same boat at that point.
And that's exactly what I'm talking about. So people need to take that from, because again, he's someone from all everything that I've seen, read, watched, where he's just literally obsessed with football.
Football.
I don't know nothing about his personal life, but I will say it's like, all right, you're choosing to be like willfully ignorant,
Yeah.
because you can take that and apply it
Translate
to
it
your
into
everyday
exactly.
life.
You just
But
said it transcends
but
that
again,
blah 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 altogether.
if you're
But then
someone that just lives in the locker room and you
he has a
refuse to just
supermodel
see it,
wife. He's definitely
Yeah.
living in the
And
locker room.
and I think I feel like the issue is because I hear a lot of people say that it's like the goal is like that we're all one, that we don't see race, that we're all equal. But
I really hate that quote so
yeah,
much.
I don't think that's really the goal. The goal should be that there are differences between people because there
oh
always will
yeah,
be. If it's not
Yeah.
like by race, then it's going to be by personality,
Yeah.
by different attributes. The goal
mhm,
is to acknowledge that there is a differences and not let it be a problem, that we're accepting of
exactly.
that. And I feel like that's the main issue when it comes to like people saying that they don't see race. Then he might have meant it in a good way, like I don't know him personally, like maybe he meant right. And I guess like if I analyze that quote, like I guess I can see how he could interpret that as being equal. But yeah, like Patrick was saying, like, yeah, I don't think he's like informed well enough to
I
understand.
mean, but look, the thing is, I feel like someone of that, you know what I'm saying, like that ilk, like you have these resources available to you. You could just go to one of your teammates,
And talk
one of
to
your
them.
your black teammates, and talk to them. So I don't really like shoot. I don't want to
Not
like,
shooting any bail. Dude, you seen the
yeah,
protests.
like.
You watch the news.
Yeah,
You can't be that ignorant,
And
man.
at
And
this
if you haven't
point,
said anything
like,
so
bro,
far,
you are so certified. Nothing you say, short of you just saying some crazy shit. If you say like, yeah, I would take a knee too, and like, actually, I plan on it. What are they gonna do?
yeah,
You're Tom
yeah, and
Brady.
breaking
it's
news.
yeah, and also another like perfect example that's like Drew Brees. He made like a pretty like his comment about like
But you know what?
the anthem was very very harsh, but he
People
took the time to
people
listen
would
to his teammates.
but this is the thing. People were let down about that. But he actually made pretty much a similar comment
The
back
last
in
time.
2016. So it's not anything new.
Okay,
And
yeah, I
Drew
didn't know that.
Brees he votes Republican. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But again, I don't
That
know what
costume.
he's done a lot, since he went to New Orleans, like he's been involved in the community, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But
Okay.
again, that's someone who's choosing to kind of be like willfully ignorant. But then again, it's like you're not taking the time just to say, hold on, there might be something wrong here. But again, everybody comes to some type of awakening in their own time. Maybe this is the time for him to sit there and be like, damn, like I really fucked up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I really
Yeah.
let my teammates down. And when someone get a clean tackle on me this year, they gonna knock me on
Oh
my
no,
ass.
I don't want to
I've already seen it.
pursue.
No. I've seen a couple players come out and say that, like, yo, I'm looking forward to playing New Orleans this year.
Oh, I'll get your ass.
Yeah, like you. So again, it's people got to be a little more. And the thing is, it's kind of funny how like the tables turn, where it's like we're usually the ones like we have to be cautious about what we say, what we wear. But now it's like now you have to be cautious about
Cautious
that.
about that.
You
And
know?
it puts you in our shoes. If anything, should teach you exactly how we feel most of the time. They're just choosing to be willfully ignorant. And again, if you've seen all of this and haven't, if it registers, you just have made the decision to be quiet and ignore it.
Yeah.
That's how I
But
see it. There's no
again,
way around it.
if someone is quiet, I'm not gonna say, "Oh, you're just doing this." Like, I don't know. Maybe you're
But you have
taking the
to
time.
build platform, man, my guy.
No. I'm saying like maybe. All right, maybe. All right. So I'm an athlete. If I want to sit out and I'm a white athlete, but maybe I take the time. If I haven't said anything, maybe I'm trying to take the time to talk to some of my other black teammates to figure out like, all
Yeah,
right, once I do say something, I don't want to say what he said because he sounded nuts. So I want to make sure that I say something that's gonna touch people, let people know I'm really with it, you
yeah.
know.
But
So
again, if you're talking to your black teammates, I'm pretty sure it'll come up because there's still shows on TV. They're interviewing these teammates. They're asking them questions.
yeah,
No one has
for
said
sure.
anything about you making any calls or reaching out to them and having these difficult conversations. So again, it just shows the different side of things. On one side, we have people that are highly involved, and the other side, there are people that are choosing to be willfully ignorant. But that shouldn't dissuade you from enjoying the sports because the sports is here as a form of escape.
And I think that's why some people aren't looking forward to sports returning because like, oh well, look at this statement he made, or look at this. I'm like, look, everybody, all of us, every single person is due to say something stupid.
For
So,
sure. Just some people are more stupid than others.
and again, with him, he's done it twice. So I'm not gonna sit here and say like,
Cut him some
oh,
slack. Yeah.
nah. Look, bro, like, all right, clearly you ain't learned the first time, and you haven't learned the second time. So what's it gonna take for it to get through to your head? So I think that's what they
Even if they
need.
tackle his ass really hard.
Concussion protocol.
Uh,
But
Don't
no,
care when black people get it.
like if you're gonna sit out, I think there has to be something in place, and I think you need to get the right people to sit out with you. So if we're in the NFL, yes, they have a much shorter season to work with. So if you're at the end of your rope, you're like, I could win right now. You're probably not gonna want to sit out. All right, cool. But all right, if you got Aaron Rodgers to sit out, that's pretty much all the Packers got to
Yeah.
work with.
They're definitely
You gonna
losing.
that's gonna get you some attention, even if he just sat out like 2 games.
Yeah.
So, people, again, there has to be some sort of goal in mind.
Yeah. I think that's what's missing. They're doing all this talk, but there's no actualized goal, form of a plan. To plan is what I meant, not goal. There has to be some form of plan in place.
Mhm.
If we do sit down, this is what we're planning on doing. And maybe there's insider info that we haven't heard yet, but I'm looking at sources and like Twitter. There's NBA insiders, and no one knows anything. It's just being super secret.
I think they're still trying to figure out if they're even gonna play.
Yeah. So
Honestly,
we'll look
yeah.
forward to that. But yeah,
So
I'm excited. Sports are back. Chelsea tomorrow. Let's go. We're about to decimate Liverpool. Yeah,
Wait, you're playing Liverpool
I
tomorrow?
think so. That's what
Yeah.
hold
oh
on.
damn.
I think that's what I saw on TV today. Let me go and
Uh,
fuck my real quick. No,
no,
Pulisic is back though. Stop playing with me,
no.
bro.
Aston Villa on Sunday, bro.
Aston, my bad. Damn, I'm out of it. Aston Villa, but Aston Villa is a strong team though. They've been beating Chelsea
Yeah,
on
that is
numerous
true.
occasions. They're the one team that I'm actually like one of the smaller teams that when we play, I'm like they have a chance of winning. And we're not that great. We're not in top shape this season. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
I don't know what's gonna happen at Chelsea, bro.
I know we're building. We're kind of like the Knicks, but just with a level-headed like owner and
On that
level-headed
note,
coach and level-headed team.
said kind of like the Knicks.
We're kind of like the Knicks. We're building, but we're actually rebuilding instead of just being
Every year.
tossed around. No, just a couple of years ago. We were
Oh yeah, this
chilling.
year, we just doing some reupholstering next year. Yeah, we gotta just do the whole foundation.
Next year, I sold my jersey. I'm a Barca fan now. Let's go.
Hell no. All right. Anything else to add, y'all?
Hey guys, don't forget to drink your water, eat your veggies, take care of yourself. Watch
Man,
nice
shut
TV,
up, bro. You just
relax, and
started
take care
this.
of your mental health. Hey, I did not eat my spinach to be spoken to like that, okay?
My son be eating the Flintstone gummies.
Just
Nice.
walks around like this all day. Actually, my vitamins are back here. I thought you talked about it. You don't play, bro. You get that little ASMR. It's not a game. Take
One
care
of
of yourself.
days.
One that is literally one a day. It's literally one a day. I went in the pharmacy and that's the first. Oh my god!
Oh,
What did
damn.
that drop? My life is in shambles, as you can tell. I spilled water. Everything is falling. I just cleaned this place and everything's falling apart.
Oh dramatic.
I'm just not dramatic. I'm gonna just ignore it and go drink some more water and eat some Greek yogurt and end the night. But yeah, what do you, what are your finishing thoughts?
uh, again, I think people need to not really personalize this, and we have to realize that yes, I feel like there's gonna be a couple of things that will get passed and there will be some pretty significant change. But again, with the current structure, the Senate, everything like that, it's even without it, even if it was the shoes reversed, it's gonna take some time.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
while we're taking time and being consistent, we might as well have some things to like relax our mind here and there. So if if you can be out listening to music, then you can chill and watch your sports too. You
Yeah,
know?
just take a break, man, and
Yeah,
vote.
exactly.
Yeah.
Take a break and vote. Vote before the game. Trust me, you're not gonna miss much. Stalin, I want you to end this on too, my guy.
I was gonna say like I was thinking back to like we're talking about sports, but I'm also thinking about the Olympics and how like the NBA players that go play there like and they win gold medals for the country and this
Majority
country
black.
yeah they use it as and our athletes too they use it like the more medals the country wins like the more it's used as in its politics because the Olympics is not only for like unity but it also shows the economic power of a country
Mm-hmm.
True.
if you have like these athletes representing like your country and its values then it shouldn't be a problem for them to be in their home speaking about these values and so
Yeah,
and like fighting for those
That's a good
especially
point.
if you use them in
yeah
a political landscape like the
yeah
yeah.
yeah
That's a
especially
beautiful point you just brought up.
like when they said that like LeBron was like I forgot who that the woman was like shut up and dribble. It's like but
I don't
yeah
want to even give her.
Insignificant.
yeah but
Yeah,
it's like
she's
we're
idiot.
it's like you guys are so quick to be like oh we got gold medals but it's like and it's giving America a good rep but then it's like you're not even letting them voice themselves and stand up for what they're winning for.
Yeah. There's an idea of America and then there's the reality of America.
The idea of America
Yeah
they only include you in America when it benefits them. It's as
Oh
simple
yeah.
as that. Yeah.
All right, man.
But anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning into this late night episode of the Tmsi podcast. You know, thanks for watching. Leave your comments below. Subscribe,
yeah
like. I'm trying to use a
like comment
sultry voice,
subscribe
but it's not working.
and go
Exactly.
vote
Oh yeah,
Go
vote.
vote. Go vote again. If you're in New York, early voting ends on the 21st. Find your local polling station, and it takes just 5 minutes. Honestly, it doesn't take
Yeah.
that long.
And
It's a
just
pretty
use
simple
your
process.
and we're not here to tell you who to vote for. I
Yeah,
mean,
just
we
vote.
have ideas on that and like who we think will benefit everybody,
Mhm.
but just use your right to vote.
Yeah, just use
Please.
it.
yeah
Your
just use it
forefathers didn't die for this. So, again, thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you for watching. It's late night, so we're kind of all dreary, but whatever. We still put out. We cranked one out for y'all. We hope you enjoy it. Subscribe.
Hold
Leave
on.
the comments
I'm gonna
below.
get them the details. We had to reshoot this episode. How many times? About five
Five
times.
times, bro. This is the fifth time we're recording this damn episode.
yo
Okay.
hold on you're making the executive producer look bad
No.
No, no,
That's not
ain't
you.
nah
nothing.
let's say with y'all let's say with y'all
But Stalin is
He be
like, I
like over
still
there
want my
like,
rags. I still want my rags.
oh no, actually he'd be like, oh yeah, Aiden was doing them episodes earlier.
Earlier, it was Aiden's fault.
I'm like yo
No,
Spotify that's not gonna happen I promise
no, honestly, this just shows dedication, and I'm glad I'm with a team that actually wants to work this hard. Because we could have easily just said, "Yo, it's not just working today. We could
Nah,
record another day." No, so this is the fifth time we're recording today, and it's almost 11 o'clock at night. We're still here, so enjoy this episode. Again, once again, leave your comments below. It's again your boy, Mr. Not So Light Skin, signing out. Pass it to
peace, y'all.
Pat.
see you guys
That's
Thank
it,
stay
y'all.
you.
safe
Subscribe and vote. Bye.